Why do we fall in love with the wrong person? Good evening. I am Katerina Lalaouni. I am a psychologist, and through my video, I will try to introduce you to the world of psychology in simple words. I want to thank Helen for the email she sent me with a question that has occasionally bothered many of us. Why do we fall in love with the wrong person? The first meetings with a man are full of excitement perhaps, and dreams of a future together. You feel that a special person who will change everything has come into your life. You are both so eager for your next meeting, and suddenly, the magic disappears, and with it takes the previously ideal person into the shadows, and you're left alone, full of questions. What could have gone wrong? What did I do wrong? Often, when we stay alone for too long, or remain chronically trapped in a relationship, with no prospects, or avoid even a simple flirtation for very long periods of time, while strongly seeking companionship, the chances increase that we overlook many red flags in our dates. While from the very first date, we notice that the person may not be emotionally available, may not wish to commit, something we prioritize for ourselves, blocked by our emotions, we start discounting. When the balance between our emotion, logic and intuition is lost and only the voice of our heart prevails, we are most likely to get stuck with a person with whom in reality, what separates us is much more than what unites us. Of course, I do not advise you to become suspicious, because that too will hinder the clarity of your judgment. Helen, our enthusiasm can overshadow the red flags. We need to observe the other person as a whole. Not only his beautiful words, but also his actions, and indeed these will show you the most. E.g., suppose you met on Saturday and he promised you that you would talk later in the week. In the next few days, does he show up, or are you looking for him? Also, does he make an effort to meet you, or does he call you when he has nothing better to do? The next step is to know if the time you are spending together is slowly bringing about a romantic relationship, if that is what you both want, and not to assume that you are in a relationship because you have been together for the last few months. We often take some things for granted, and then comes the shock when we suddenly discover that the other person has never been available for a relationship. They don't want a relationship but to share some moments. Even if your meetings are daily, don't rest on assumptions, talk openly about your desires, because among other things, there is a chance that you might discover that you were not the only person in his life. Have you considered making a list of those things you consider a priority in a relationship? It may sound funny, but if you think about it through this list and by observing the course of your relationships, you will discover many wonderful things about yourself. Why some of your relationships have not progressed in the past, or even find that certain expectations or behaviors, instead of moving you forward and evolving the relationship piece of the relationship, are turning you back to the same place over and over again. Maybe it's time to learn to set boundaries with others. Believe in yourself. You deserve the best, and you don't have to make compromises and discounts for fear of losing your fairy tale princess. Don't override your values and needs. E.g., if he wants to be romantically involved with you from the first date and you want more time to get intimate with him, don't hesitate to talk. Set your own pace in this acquaintance as well. So after setting your boundaries, observe how the other person will react. Will he or she respond with kindness and respect to your needs, or ignore you? Differences in a relationship are inevitable, but can we manage our differences? Will we be defensive about our partner's wishes or respect each other's boundaries? Tactics will affect the health of the relationship. The dating season will help your instincts become the observer of your life, discover any red flags and become more flexible. If for some reason the situation doesn't progress, you don't need to be disappointed. You can always go on dates and meet new people who may be more suited to you. On the love journey, try not to lose touch with yourself. Clinging to the new relationship and distancing yourself from all that you love, the hobby that used to excite you, your friends, will soon fragment your passion for life. Keep committing to yourself, and only then will you be able to see if others are doing the same for you, for your relationship. Observe the same with your partner. Also, how he manages his emotions. E.g., often people in stressful situations may react aggressively, withdraw, or become irritable. Our emotional reactions can affect the relationship in many ways. Another situation where we fall in love with the wrong person is unrequited love. This is where unrequited takes on mythic proportions. We obsessively try to give life to a relationship precisely because it is not fulfilled. The person and the relationship with them is projected through our imagination's eyes as the ideal situation. To summarize, is the person we fell in love with real, or did we use our imagination to create the ideal image of him or her because that is who we fell in love with? Did we ultimately fall in love with love? Give yourself time to get to know the true face of the person you fell in love with, because otherwise things may not turn out the way you imagined. Idealizing a person may have disastrous consequences, and when it becomes demystified, all that ideal relationship you had created with your imagination may collapse. So learn to focus on the present moment with the real facts you have about that person. Illusory dreams can cloud your judgment and distort reality. Observe how you feel when you go on a date. Do you enjoy his company? Do you feel emotionally safe around him? It is equally important to notice how you feel when you are not around him. Are you looking forward to seeing him? Are you satisfied with your communication, or do you feel that he disappears without knowing when or if he will contact you again? As you free yourself, your instincts will tell you if this person feels the same way you do. If you still feel uncertainty, insecurity, hesitation, maybe your instincts are warning you about something. I know what I'm about to say will make you think I'm repeating myself, but after a breakup, be alone for a while. The fact that you may fall in love easily and often, with an over-enthusiasm, all that emotional excitement can affect the clarity of your judgment and lead yourself to make bad choices. It is wonderful to fall in love, but the desperation and anxiety of the search for love may push you to rashly choose the wrong person. Take time to consider your own desires, and think about what will make you truly happy. I want to thank you for being with me today. I want to thank you for the wonderful emails you send me and your support by subscribing to my channel. Also, your likes help my channel grow. Subscribing to my channel is free of charge. Best regards. Katerina Lalaouni, Psychologist.